Welcome everyone to Scarves and Spikes on a We Are Back Wednesday. Guys, it was only a week off.
We're back.
We
I
had a
miss you
secret
guys.
before the break. I missed you guys a little bit. I like the break. You know what? As the oldest gentleman here, I do enjoy a week off from Atlanta United, especially after the performance they gave us right before it. Had a
Yeah,
little
it's like
time to forget about it, reset, and get ready for Columbus because that's where we go. And every time we play the Crew, things just go well. And as I say that, Sydney disappeared and he's back. Oh, different angle, Sydney. Oh, and he's gone again. All right. Well, guys, are you ready for the Crew?
As long as it's not 6-1 again, I'm good with that.
Ooh,
Or 5-4 when you're losing. What was it, like 5-0 in the first half?
Yeah.
it's a rough time with them for a while. And today we don't have an MLS announcer coming on here, but we do have a Columbus expert coming in here in a little bit. Uh, his name is John Cena. We will have him show up at some point. It is April Fool's Day, so who knows what could happen on this show? Only disasters. That's why I'm running it today.
Yeah.
But before we even get to what we're going to talk about with the Crew and there, you guys had a week. Atlanta, actually, I should take it to a wider span. Atlanta had a hell of a week, hosting 2 back-to-back U.S. soccer matches.
they did.
You had an opportunity to be there in the stadium. What was it like?
I will say, especially at the Portugal game, the atmosphere admittedly, when Portugal scored, it was like primetime Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah.
The crowd admittedly was like probably 70% Portuguese.
If that,
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was loud in there. The atmosphere was good. I mean, they had their own little support. I mean, again, like the whole stands were a good mixture. A lot of Portuguese fans, but they had like one section roped off where the away fans normally sit, and they had their own drums and everything. They were going to town. So I mean, it just people having fun. You know, I always love when like new teams come to the Benz for the first time because you talk to the fans and you can see like just in their eyes like what a spectacle Mercedes-Benz Stadium is.
Right.
So short of the soccer that the U.S. didn't really play, it was a great time.
Were they all Portugal fans, Tyler, or were they Cristiano Ronaldo fans?
They were a
I
lot
feel
of
like-
Ronaldo.
I was
I
telling
just
you, when I got on MARTA to go to the game, like I counted at least like 9 people just on
Yeah.
that MARTA car train, like the part of the train that I was on, that part alone, there were like 9 people with Ronaldo jerseys. So
And that was
definitely
hours
I
before.
believe it.
that has to be
Yeah.
a big impact, right? Because I think that was the selling point back when these games were announced, is that, dude, Cristiano Ronaldo's coming to the Benz, and then he ends up not even being with the Portugal squad this window, which I imagine had to be a big disappointment for those folks.
April Fools.
Yeah.
Well, that was Portugal's early April Fool's joke to the fans that attended. But it was a great showcase of the sport overall as a whole for the city of Atlanta. Of course, you guys know, everybody watching, listening knows U.S. Soccer is about to open its headquarters on the south side of Atlanta. So I expect the U.S. men's national team to have more involvement in Mercedes-Benz Stadium than it did really the first 9 years of its existence. We only saw one match, guys, remember, Copa America, and then the men's national team in She Believes Cup. So I imagine we'll see more and more of the U.S. men's national team in Atlanta. The soccer wasn't good on the U.S.'s part, unfortunately, but it's a good showcase. And Tyler, you kind of talked about it. You know, walking into that stadium, a lot of people, and Henry, you mentioned it too, walking into the stadium for the first time for a lot of people, it's just incredible because they've never seen anything like it. And the kind of thing we say all the time is Tyler, you met with that guy a couple of years ago. You wrote about it. There's nothing like it in the world, not even Wembley. Now, Wembley obviously is a historical stadium, but just the overall look and feel of Mercedes-Benz Stadium really sets it apart from really any stadium in the world, guys. It's pretty incredible.
72,000 there last night.
Yeah,
It's weird to think that this was last night. I mean, and that's on a Tuesday. And
exactly.
just to kind of give you an idea, and this ties into why the Benz was built and kind of what allowed Arthur Blank to get so much support from the city of Atlanta to kind of make this thing happen. It's just a little bubble, but it's a perfect example. I mean, you had people. I took Marta both days, both of these U.S. matches,
Mm-hmm.
and I live on the south side, so I go back towards the airport. The amount of people that left the stadium and were going straight to the airport to get on a flight to go wherever they were going, and some of them going back to Portugal, which is not exactly a hop, skip, and a jump.
Red-eye flight across the
Yeah,
Atlantic, right?
I mean and many of them still in their jerseys and kits and everything. So
wow.
It just shows kind of like how easy it is to just go land at Hartsville Jackson, get on a train, be at the Benz within 40 minutes at the most.
Yeah.
And then to get out of there. And that all ties into why Atlanta's hosting multiple World Cup matches. But it just makes it so easy to get folks in and out. And I just thought it was a great atmosphere overall, especially last night. And that's wild. It's a Tuesday. Saturday was great. 50-something thousand.
Brace
Really
playing too.
Yeah. But I mean, the one last night with Portugal, that was like primetime Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Absolutely. And hopefully it's just a microcosm, guys, of what we'll see in that World Cup. We'll see this. It's not a like for like comparison, obviously, but we'll see this 8 more times this summer at Mercedes-Benz or Atlanta Stadium. But that was just a taste of what we're to expect, and pretty incredible to see. It's just a matter of months, guys. The world really at Atlanta's really front porch for the World Cup, and it excited me. Of course, if you're a U.S. Men's national team fan, what you saw from a playing standpoint didn't really excite you, unfortunately. Got a lot to figure out before the summer rolls around. The World Cup rosters will release on May 26th, so guys, we'll see who ends up on there. Any surprises or any names that maybe are on the fringe? We'll see if they end up there. Henry.
Yeah, and I would just say that there are quite a few questions on this roster, I think, as far as I can't say that no one has a spot secured, because I feel like Matt Freese is definitely the number one goalkeeper, for example. I feel like any back line needs Anthony Robinson starting on the left. Yeah. And then there are a few others that you kind of feel have to be locks, but there are so many others that I don't know, man. And that's the thing. It sucks when you go into these games against high caliber opponents and you just you can't really in either of these games make a very positive account of yourself. Even though the U.S. 17 against Portugal had every opportunity to take this game by the scruff of the neck and just couldn't make it happen. Couldn't find the back of the net. Couldn't make their chances count. I have voiced my criticism of Christian Pulisic and his just inability to really impact the game and be the star that he's meant to be on this team. Yeah. He doesn't really deserve that star status. I don't know. It's a lot of things that have to be looked at, and it's very little time. You have 2 games against, I guess I should say now, former African Cup of Nations champion Senegal, and Germany, who are, I mean, those are 2 strong competitors. But you need to show a more complete version of yourself in May when you have these friendlies, these final preparations before you actually start that World Cup campaign, because that group, which we now know is composed of Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey,
Yeah.
It's not an easy group. I don't see that and think, well, these are automatically 3 points, right? I think you
Yeah.
go into any of these games underestimating any of these opponents, they will give you a surprise. Paraguay is quality. Turkey has talent as well. Australia, these are squads that have the ability to compete, and the U.S. cannot go into this game with the arrogance of. I feel like the arrogance that they have carried with them a little bit. The players have carried a little bit of arrogance with them into some of these games, and I think that has gotten in the way a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's there's a lot to figure out, and I don't know that they can get that done in the short amount of time that they have, but we'll see, I guess.
I'm excited, guys. You know what I'm excited to see?
What?
I am excited to see Arda Güler go against the U.S. men's national team backline. That really excites me.
I can.
That's a joke.
I cannot
That's a joke.
stress
That's a
enough
joke.
How much I want to throw something at you. No, it was.
Miggy
Yeah.
score a hat trick against that back.
Yeah.
You go back to before Tommy jumps back in and moves us on. I think Pochettino, look, all you can do if you're a U.S. fan is hold on to him being a guy that actually knows how to coach, and he was very not happy, but he said he's positive about the way that these games went because essentially, this is massively paraphrasing, but they needed these lessons. They kind of needed to be served a little bit of humble pie. And I wrote about it in my article last night. Like, to your point, Henry, Christian Pulisic is a guy who he is a peaks and valleys kind of player. And when he's playing well, he's pretty good. When he's not playing well, he kind of just disappears. And he
Been
disappears.
a lot of valleys lately, though. I'll tell you that.
Well, you're in the valleys now. I'm really hoping you're getting, on your 4-wheel drive and getting up to the peak by the time the World Cup is here.
Grab those hiking boots.
But yeah, like what you did over Saturday and Tuesday was not great. You got involved, but you didn't do anything. So I don't know. I know it leaves a bad taste in U.S. fans' mouths right now because this is not what you wanted to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's pretty cool because, right now, just for the city in general, you host back-to-back games. It seemed like things went pretty well overall. A little test here. And what else do you got going for you? Well, the Braves started up. They're starting off great, 4-2. You've got Atlanta United coming back here. You got the Falcons announcing their new jerseys tomorrow. I know Sydney's going to be the first one in line to buy one of those.
You know it.
Yeah, we'll get you there. The Hawks are making a great run here to get into the playoffs. It's a pretty exciting time in Atlanta right now for sports, and you can't always say that. 80% of the time, it feels like you can't say that, but everything's going well right now, and hopefully it continues this week against Columbus. But before we could do that, something showed up on my Facebook memories. 2019.
Yes.
The reason why I bring this up is because I was at a match that has been maybe not famous enough in Atlanta lore, because I don't think I've ever seen anything like what I saw at that game in Columbus versus Atlanta. Crew Stadium.
Tommy?
Well, we'll set this up. So this was my second time seeing Atlanta United, or my third time seeing Atlanta United live. And we got down to Columbus and it was like 50 degrees ish. It was nice weather. And as Ohio does, the weather slowly started to turn and the rain came and the temperature just kept dropping. And there was a 55-minute rain delay.
Yeah.
At this game. And the field was absolutely flooded.
Yep.
And if you haven't seen this, we're going to show a clip here. Thank you, ESPN. To see exactly how bad this field was. And I will tell you that about 90% of the fans had left the stadium at that time. Me and my friends and Tina snuck down to the first row. We were right there. You might be able to see us in one of these clips,
No,
Knock
just
it
like
out.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was nobody. Like even security just didn't care at all.
Maneuvered you way down.
Yeah, maneuvered down, and I don't think we need the volume for this, but
Yeah.
I just want you to see the field
Yeah, team.
here.
This is the old Crew Stadium for reference.
Yes, this is old Crew Stadium.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right. Let's blow this up.
And if you're, by the way, real quick,
Yeah,
you're-
if
sorry.
you are, I got it, Sydney. If you are listening, we'll put a link in here to this clip, and if you haven't seen it, I beg you to click the link, check it out, because this field is absolutely disgusting, and I want you to see when it goes to the sidelines where the ball goes to die at certain parts here. So
This is so
this
embarrassing.
is
pretty bad.
like look at those puddles there.
Yeah.
And like watch as the players move, just the splish splash. Look, the ball died right there. Oh. Like
So bad.
I was watching this today and I was like, oh, there's Tito. I miss him. And there's Escobar and
Julian
Joseph. And
Gressel.
look how it just died, right? Like this was so dumb. Thank you, Post there.
Yeah.
Like and look at the stands. Now there weren't a lot of this was when the Crew was, they were trying to save the Crew here. But like there weren't there were a lot more people there before. But look at that right there. Like I think they purposely were trying to bring the ball over there to show like the refs like we should like how someone didn't have a career-ending injury here is beyond me. There's
It should have been
Miles.
safe. It should have been safe the pitch from flooding. Safe the pitch from permanent.
Oh, I love
damage.
these highlights. Like, look at that splash that just went across there. Like, oh, that does look fun. And I remember like Mike Conti and Jason like tweeting from the box here, just talking about how it was just so ridiculous on how this was and how they like. I mean, there was lightning that was going on here. So they made everybody go into during the break, like you had to go hide in the beyond the stands. But like, oh, I mean, this is just ridiculous that this was an actual game.
I know.
The fact that
Like that.
like right there, he takes a kick, right? Like a free kick.
Oh,
and
Breck
just
Shea, yeah.
Hey, look at
Sorry.
Breck Shea. He doesn't have a snake with him. Like, but just them naturally touching the grass, it's like they're just jumping in puddles.
That's
I
insane.
mean, yeah, absolutely. Let me try to
Look
stop
at them
this.
just running off the pitch.
they just want to get to the locker room and get
Heck
dry,
outta here.
guys.
I
This is going
remember,
on.
I remember where I was specifically because I remember listening to it on the radio. I had just gotten off a cruise that day down in Tampa, and I hadn't had any kind of contact with the outside world. I didn't know what was going on with Atlanta. And then I hear Jason and Mike just losing their freaking minds on the radio broadcast. And I was like, how bad is it? And I finally got to see that clip, the highlights afterwards. And I was like, oh my God, dude, I cannot believe they played this game. That is insane.
That's embarrassing. It really is.
So the temperature dropped so much, like from the start to the end. Like a ride home from Columbus for us is usually like an hour and a half ish. It took us 3 hours to get home because it rained so much and the temperature dropped. The roads were slippery. Like people were sliding everywhere.
Yeah.
And like the disasters that happened in that game, my credit card got put on like hold because apparently we went to Waffle House afterwards, and apparently the credit card machine shows in Atlanta. Well, I bought a bunch of beers in Columbus, so I thought I teleported to Atlanta. So my credit card got turned off. So that was done. And then the other funny story is the entire Nagby family was there just to see, Darlington play in that game.
Nice.
And my friend who had way more drinks than I did just randomly opens this door, and we ended up in the Nagby suite. You see Darlington's wife in there, and my buddy stumbles in. He's like, "What's going on?" And I went, "Oh, I recognize her. That's Darlington's wife." And then I was like, "We are so sorry." And then we walked out.
Just played it off and said, "Hey, we're friends with Darlington. You've never met us, but we're actually friends of his.
We
We're
Yeah, I
fellow
don't-
Atlanta drivers.
Yeah, right.
but I thought that was a pretty cool thing to see because I mean, the way that entire day just went, and when you see how I felt
Yeah.
after that game, like you could see in Tina's eyes there that her soul is gone. Like
Can
she
barely
does,
see her eyes.
you really you really can't see. Shout out to her though that she actually brought ponchos to there, but like it was a disaster. It really was.
Even bigger shout out that y'all were able to unfold them and put them on, because that's no easy feat in itself. It's like saran
No.
wrap, you know. It's a testament too to the crew, like for real, because they went from that crap show, that stadium, and all that. Like I think team said, yeah, the scoreboard catching on fire,
Hmm.
and all of the disaster that was the crew prior to the Save the Crew movement, and then look what happened after that. So it's a cool story. It really is.
It is, and it's interesting when you think of Atlanta United and rivals throughout the time. The Columbus Crew don't really come up that much, but when you think about what has happened with Atlanta and Columbus, you've had 4 playoff games. You had a playoff series of 3. And then you had the first round, which Atlanta could have won MLS Cup in 2018. They definitely had 2017.
Yeah.
An opportunity to win MLS Cup, and then you got shushed in penalties. And then you go on to win the next year, and then you just had some weird games with them as well. Like absolutely weird games over the years with them, and we're back at it this week.
Yeah.
And they are a team that is basically going through what we are going through, which is a transition. Because the Crew have been a beast for a long time. I mean, Wilfred Nancy, Rossi, Cucho. I mean, when they saved the Crew, I mean, that team became a juggernaut before Miami was really there.
Yeah.
They were the juggernaut of the East, and now they are back into a situation that is very similar to what Atlanta United is. They had to bring in a new manager. They've had DPs changing quite frequently. Some DPs that maybe haven't really worked out. And now Atlanta has to take care of business on their own because they have also been going through a change now for how many years, gentlemen?
I don't know.
2 to 3 transfer win. Sorry, like 5, 6 years.
Henry's really been stepping it up with his jokes lately.
I know. Well done, Henry.
Thanks.
It's a quick study.
The beard helps.
Yeah.
But
half
I mean, you look. We before we get into Columbus, we really need to just recap where Atlanta is, unfortunately, and that's they have ideas of what they want to do, but they just can't do it. Like the last 2 games, you get the win against Philadelphia, but then the DC, you saw the 0-0 draw. I went back and watched it, and I think Henry, you might have said it when we talked about the game. Try to block it out as much as I can, but like there were ideas of what they wanted to do. They just weren't able to do it.
Yeah. Look, the word that Tata's used repeatedly throughout, well, not just Tata, but also the players when talking about what Tata's asking of them is to be a protagonist, right? And I even asked Tata, like, what does that mean? What do players have to do to be protagonists? And he just said, yeah, just have confidence, be on the ball, dominate the games. Like that's what you need to do to kind of play this style. Like he said, there are teams that let the opponents have the initiative and come towards them. That's not what Atlanta wants to do. And I think there was, the duality was perfectly visible in this game, right? The split where Atlanta was trying to be that protagonist and take the ball and go build the plays and try to make these attacks work. And then DC was literally on the opposite end of that spectrum, fine with letting Atlanta have the ball and let Atlanta come at them. They literally just sat in a low block and just defended for their lives.
all night.
It was like a 65-35% possession split. DC had 4 shots in total, 1 on goal in this game.
Yeah.
Atlanta had 9 shots, right? And again, there were ideas. There were good moments where this team found some daylight. They get in on the attack and there are opportunities to make something happen. But, either the final pass is off, the crosses are weird. I mean, Elias Baez had a very, very terrible cross at the beginning of the game where he was trying to find Latte Lot, but put it like 3 meters behind him. There was also just some mislaid runs from my understanding, and a lack of runs as well, like a lack of mobility from some of these players compared to that Philadelphia game. That just kind of really puzzled me because things worked very well in that Philadelphia game. And I think if you brought those aspects into this DC game, you were going to be a lot better. I also thought the cohesion between the 3 DPs was a little bit off. I thought that, you had some decision making there that just didn't make a whole lot of sense. Alexei Miranchuk, there was just one play that caught my eye, and it was when Emmanuel Latelai, I think it's towards the beginning of the game, he recovers the ball. It's basically like passed to him by I was about to say Columbus, a DC player. It's passed to him, and he's basically him versus 3 defenders in front of him to get to the goal. And behind him, he has Alexei Miranchuk, Miguel Almiron, and I think it's Cooper Sanchez that are basically like standing in a cluster right around where the ball was. And the only person that goes forward and tries to support Latte Lai is Miggy. Like Alexei and Coop are just like jogging gingerly. And when I saw that on rewatch, I didn't understand it. Like the whole point is to get numbers into the box. This is Tata's this is one of the big points of emphasis. And it's one of the things that really worked against Philadelphia. You got numbers in the box on several occasions, and that helped you find these people who can score, to help you find the goals.
Yeah.
On this occasion, when you needed these numbers to get forward and support Latte Latte, because he can't take a 1v3 on his own. Even with Miggy's support, he probably couldn't have done it, even though Miggy was making a really, really good run and probably could have done some damage. But it's still tough when you don't have the right support. And so my criticism is that this team needs to be, the players need to be a lot more aware, and they need to kind of really be more locked in the sense of, okay, when the ball changes hands, I need to know that I need to go and support and kind of, move forward and just spring into things. And that's where you see the difference between some of the players that have the pace and the ability to think quickly and to really adapt to the style of play, and maybe those that don't.
Quickly, I know we got to get our guest in. Why are they not doing that? I guess second part of that question is, if the match doesn't play out in the way that allows you to be the protagonist, and we don't have to answer this right now, but how do you get yourself to a point where you can win matches, especially against that low block, especially against that style of play that the other team just wants you to have the ball, they just sit back and just suffocate you to death. So is that something that Atlanta United needs to look at and say, hey, we don't always need to be the protagonist. We just need to start creating chances. And to your point, Henry, they didn't do a lot of that against DC because, again, that's how DC plays. And traditionally, Tata has struggled against that. So,
well, let's talk a little bit about Columbus here. And we have a friend. I looked at the name that came in, and it was the Hot Dog Man.
Oh gosh,
I can't believe John Cena would actually put his name as the Hot Dog Man. But John Cena.
Hey guys, Michael Parkhurst here. Atlanta United's finest center back. How we doing today?
This man is in a full costume. I freaking love it.
You guys were going to the moon.
We are. Congratulations So
Were you
those.
guys streaming during the launch?
I saw part of it. I saw like pretty much the launch and everything afterwards. So that's pretty cool.
I legit had no idea this was going on today.
Yeah.
I mean, either.
I didn't until today either.
What are you guys not aliens? What's happening here?
Gets
There's
it.
enough to worry about on this planet right now
Yeah.
to deal with.
I'd be
here,
the
but
first one up. I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to the moon.
What are they doing up there? Are they retrieving that shot from Christian Pulisic against Belgium?
Which one?
Right. Exactly.
The one where he was on the penalty spot and he sent it to freaking the moon.
Dude,
The
it's
crater.
hard being on the 6 blasting it over the goal like that.
I know.
Yeah, you got to get into the earth to be able to get that much under the ball.
I'm trying to stay positive about the World Cup. It's becoming harder and harder. Well, dude, we get to play each other again.
Yeah.
Aren't you guys
we do,
pumped?
and well, and so everyone knows this is Ben, not John Cena or Hot Dog Man. Ben from the Upper 90 Club
He is hot
podcast.
dog man.
I'm Hot Dog Man.
He
Dr.
is
Hot
a
Dog
perfect
Man.
example of friends that you meet. That MLS is really a league of meeting people
You don't
and,
get
and
this in the
making friends.
championship. You don't meet people like this in the championship.
Ben,
Maybe
before
we
we
can-
start talking about the crew and their current status,
You don't have
before
to.
you jumped on, we were talking about the famous flood game at the historic Crew Stadium, and I know you mentioned you were there. Any memories of that game? Did you stay? Did you stay for the whole game?
Probably not. I'm trying to think. Back then, yes, probably. I think once
that
once
before
I'm
kids?
in, yes, but had to be before kids. With kids, I'd be like, just go out and play, give a kickabout. Plus, then back at the old historic Crew Stadium, they didn't care about anything. They were just like, it's fine.
Yeah.
No security. That was MLS 1.0. But yeah, no. Yeah, actually not a whole lot. There was a lot of that stuff. Because like there was no covering in the old stadium. It was like the old high school. We were like the first soccer specific stadium, which is like I had a bunch of good memories there, but it's 100% just a high school stadium.
I
So-
do remember going to my first game in it was 2018. I went there and there was like 90 people there. And I remember just going,
Yeah, right.
I watch Atlanta United on TV and it looks
Right.
like there's so many people there.
Mhm.
And basically one section of Mercedes-Benz Stadium could have filled the entire stadium of
That
of
was
the crew there.
pre-court era, right? Yeah. I mean, that was back
Yeah.
when he was like actively like working against the fans so he could move the team. It was all like that's what he was trying to do.
It was the plot of Major League 1 and 2.
I know. I tried so hard to get like a naked cutout of Anthony Precourt, and you know how they like strip away during the wins because we won it.
But
The
they
next
never got
year.
any wins. those
Well,
years.
no, but the next year we won it.
Yeah.
I was like, I just wanted it to be like, but yeah, obviously it didn't catch on. I emailed the front
Clearly.
office like, guys, I got a great idea. Captain Hot Dog here. Are you sitting down? Get your old owner naked. I think it went to spam. But hey,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would assume so.
yeah, 100%. The front office doesn't like love its fans in Columbus, but we love the team, so it's that dynamic. So that's
Well,
fun.
we got someone else first MLS game was at Crew Stadium too. So
Which
yeah,
one
it's,
was it? Was it ATL?
I
We'll
don't know.
wait.
Team,
We'll
I
wait,
think
no,
has
we'll
been,
wait. We'll wait for them to respond.
Well, I mean, I'll give you some backstory. Been around the block. No, I have a legitimate question for you while we wait.
Tight.
Hot dog or I'm sorry, mustard or ketchup? What do you get going on here? Or
I
is it
thought
both?
that was a real serious question the way you were lining that up
Yeah.
there.
It looks
Alright,
like a
see-
lightning bolt, which could be like a superhero.
Yeah. Or a tie. Like you're a spiffy.
Well, do you guys watch I Think You Should Leave? No,
I've not.
no.
it's
Seen it.
part in that. You got the Google, then you can look it up. You can look it up. Just look up hot dog. I think you should leave.
Oh,
Or
I know.
think you
Okay.
should leave hot
Yeah,
dog.
I know
Somebody's
exactly what
dressed
you're
in a
talking about.
suit
All
that has this exact same thing. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But yeah, so I'm just, we're just trying to avoid talking about the crew.
That's what you're here for.
Having a
clown.
wee bit of an Atlanta situation where we spend a bunch of money on a DP who just rides the bench and hasn't seen the field for like 3 games. So it's basically like playing a player down.
So why is this team struggling? Sorry, Tommy. Why is this team struggling under Henrik Rydstrom so far?
I think mainly we were struggling last season. Like we haven't been good really. The Nanti thing, no adult puts ketchup on a hot dog. It's got sugar in it though, if you think about it.
I failed.
Sure.
I guess I'm not an adult anymore. Back to you.
Me neither.
I'm going to keep you on.
I don't think it's so man, where do I even start? One, we really haven't been good under Nazi since Cucho left. And we continuously have this thing as like, was it Cucho or was it Nancy? And like the more you dig into it, it's like it kind of was you had lightning in a bottle. Like you have a really awesome team, the coach's tactic works, it's great. Then you lose one of the best players of MLS, your best striker, Golden Boot, like winner, like going across 3 different. I mean, what do we win the cup? And then got to the finals of CONCACAF and then won leagues or something like that. And it's like you have all that, and then you get rid of like the linchpin, and then it's just like you fall apart. And so we got bounced the first 2 years after we won first round. So that sucks. We finished 7th last year. And then this year, it's just been like he gets into camp like 2.5 weeks before the season starts. Like, what are you supposed to do? I mean, I like genuinely don't know. Like we hired him late, and then he's just like, hey, I'm going to show up. And they're like, all right, go out and win games. It's like, I don't, we're going to play something new. And it's like, kind of can't figure it out. So I think he literally is like every game, because we got Andres Gomes. I don't know if you guys know that dude. He used to play for Everton. I just remember him because he got his like whole foot turned around playing Tottenham. I don't know if you guys ever saw that.
Yes.
I was watching the games. I'm a huge Spurs fan.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
One of the worst. Everything's terrible. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I watched the rocket launch and I was like, I wish that was me, dog. I've got the crew. I also follow the Browns. Like, it's over.
Oh man,
Yeah, you're cooked.
it's struggling.
Dude,
Like a hot dog.
every
Yeah.
team is like, I get COVID. You know what I mean? For the first time. So it's just been a struggle. The games have been like just little mistakes. Like the 2 losses we lost in the last 5 minutes. And we had the first 2 games, Rossi and Abu Ali. Abu Ali is sick. Like that dude is awesome. He's an old school striker where he gets like 20 touches a game, but gets like 1 goal, maybe 2 goals and like an assist. So like he's not Cucho where he's like dropping back and getting it, but like he is him. Like he's going to get sold probably sooner rather than later. But I think the big thing we all talk about is you lose Cucho, you lose Nagby. You guys lost Nagby. And when I was talking to Tommy, he's like, oh, you need a Nagby replacement. I'm like, there like isn't a Nagby replacement. That dude, I genuinely think in his prime, once he transitioned to a 6, he could have played almost anywhere.
Yep.
That seems hyperbolic, but like I genuinely think he's awesome. Like
Ask any Atlanta fan, and they will agree with you because we've been trying to find that replacement since he went back to Columbus.
I mean, it's just like I just think you gotta get your mindset, like move on from that idea. Same thing with Cucho. Finding people's like, we gotta find someone like Cucho. I'm like, you guys are the dumbest. Like, that's not, it's not, it just like doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like somebody that does something like that, and I don't even know if he came back to the MLS actually right now he probably could do just as well. But like you said, like Miggy was great. I love Almiron. I was a huge fan when he went over to Newcastle, followed him, watched the whole drama with Grealish. I don't know if you remember that, where he was like talking crap. And he was like, he's like, oh, I didn't realize he was good. I'm like, he actually is pretty good. So I think it's just some minor things. He switched to a 4-2-3-1, which I don't love. So he has Rossi, who is, you guys know Diego Rossi, like he has him playing a right wing, almost a right wing back. And it has just, That's my only criticism is we got 3 DPs, one's on the bench, one's out of position playing like a right wing back. And then you've got your main guy up on an island. It just feels like we're playing a player down. That is right. There's no Nagby replacement. I want him to be coach. But I don't think I'm giving him time because with Nancy, I don't know if Tata's like this. I feel like Tata's like this, where he kind of like during post-match pressers, he like actually talks as opposed to like, we just gotta like be a team play, just like generic crap. Like our new coach literally will say stuff very much like, oh, we got a crew guy in the comments. Develop a rapport and maybe they can start scoring. Something's messed up. And I don't necessarily think it's personnel, but I think that he's still trying to figure stuff out. Like I was saying before I got off topic, probably with the hot dog stuff, is we got Gomes in and he flew in and started 2 days later. Like, when was the last time you got a new player and he plays 70 minutes 2 days after he came in? And he looked good. And he's looked good since then. So I think literally the coach is just like, I'm taking the first 10 games as preseason and let's just hope we steal some wins.
Yeah.
And we have not won, and the team, you can see the team like kind of play his certain way, which is less Nancy ball, more like I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like counterattacking, counter-pressing. Like once we get in the final third, it's not a bunch of like ticky-tack cute Man City soccer. It's like, we will drive at you and either lose the ball or kick it out or score. Like it's more decisive in the final third. So we lose a lot of possession doing that. But in return, like the first 2 games, we scored 4 goals and it looked good. But since then it's been, I don't know. He's still tinkering. And unfortunately in this league, he didn't have time to come in and like vet his players and figure it out. So literally we've started a different lineup every single time. And as you guys know, having a DP that doesn't hit means you play a player down. Because like if you could swap Gas Dog for his 2.5 million for like a center back or literally anybody else, like we got hosed. But the silver lining in that is we're not Philly, right, guys? Nux.
Yeah.
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 No, exactly. It could always be worse.
Yeah. It's crazy.
What's in the glass? Gotta ask.
Apple juice.
I mean, okay.
Is it hot dog flavored water?
They do. Oh man, you guys want to talk about Limp Bizkit? I'll talk about Limp Bizkit all day. I secretly love Limp Bizkit. Woo!
I bet you Henry's never even heard of Limp Bizkit.
I've heard of it. Yeah, can't say I've listened to it, but
There's no way you haven't. You're lying.
Young Henry over here.
what can I say?
Yeah.
They're coming back. They're cool. I think Korn's back, which is a whole nother issue. But
What?
this is Smoke Wagon. I just got in from Florida, so I'm trying to hide like the forehead death tan.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask actually, like, because I didn't know if it was the lighting, and I was actually more looking at the, like, you look like you were left on the roller grill a little too long, and I didn't know if that was like,
No, I got like the high forehead, so like anytime I'm out in the sun, it's just like
fair.
like it's the only thing that gets sun.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, and this is a good comment here too, because I mean, you mentioned someone coming in and looking good. Galarza was able to come into Atlanta United. We talked about this on Saturday or Sunday night, that he came in and it's just immediately like there's players that come into a team, and unfortunately, Atlanta's been burned by this a lot, where you see a good appearance or two, and when they come into the club, and you're like, oh, Tristan Mayumba is the Nagby replacement, really? He's the Nagby replacement, and
He's
then
just the guy
things
that fouls
go
again
down,
every 2 seconds.
and that's what you want to see. Obviously, is them come in, but it's the consistency of that there, and that's what's going to be interesting with Atlanta United. Is Galarza came in basically right immediately came in and started the second half or right into it. Hey, thanks for watching us.
That's the only podcast I listen to. Besides, I don't even listen to ours. I just listen to Scarves and Spikes. It's no big deal.
You come back off, I think for both teams right now, you have a new manager, you got some new players that come in. how important is this international break to really take that time? I know, some players leave, but still, you have most of your team
Yeah.
available. How does that help you get that extra week to really study what went right, or for both of our teams, really what went wrong those first 5 weeks?
Just well, after the game, like, everybody has an opinion, especially like the frustrating thing about, oh, I guarantee, see, there's a lot of similarities between Atlanta and Columbus. So when you guys when you guys got vetted into the MLS, you guys were good like right off the bat, like pretty much, you know. Uh, and I loved watching you. I was a big Martinez fan. Like I love the way Tata played. And like a lot of our fans started like, with Save the Crew, and then we win in 2020. We get Cucho 2023. So everybody's like, we just win. That's what we do. And they're like a high state football fan, so they're just used to winning. But like I'm old and was here when we sucked for decades. So like I'm like, yeah, it's not great. So a lot of people have a lot of opinions about what's going wrong. I'm looking at I'm looking at us in comparison to some of these. I mean, the MLS is wild this season with 5 games in. Teams are losing like 7-1. Like since he got they've given up 16 goals in 3 games.
Yeah,
I'm like on paper, they should be sick.
that's uncharacteristic for them.
It's weird, yeah. And then like I think Vancouver's still smacking people like 5 or 6-0. The East, who is typically phenomenal. I mean, we're 2 games out from like being second or something like that when we only have 2 points. Like if you look at the West, they're great. So everything is kind of flip-flopped. So while the first 5 games sucks, you guys have what? 1 win, 2 ties, 2 losses. And then we have, is that right? 1 win,
1 draw, 1 win,
3 losses.
Yeah,
3 losses.
Yeah, so we haven't won. And but they're all like small margins. It's like small mistakes. I don't know if you guys have gotten like just beat. I think you've won. Because your first game was against Cincy, and I actually thought you guys looked pretty good, but I was like, well, it's Cincy, they're good. And then, well,
Then it
Yeah,
was-
San Jose was the
Yeah.
the real bad one there.
San Jose is good.
Yeah, they are.
Like, I mean, say what you will, but I mean, their coach is like, there's just something to be said about like getting the new shiny things, but also grabbing these like MLS proven talents. We just saw that because we lost to Toronto. We didn't get a new defender, which sucked. And we get like scored on by Zimmerman from Toronto, like getting a proven guy who like shut us down in the scores. And I'm like, boy, that's fitting. Like we didn't fill an obvious gap. They brought in like an MLS talent. They're like, well, he's washed up. I'm like, yeah, is he though? Because he was player of the match and he scored. Anyways, comments at Reddit are fun. I got downvoted to hell, but I was like, that's just kind of the way I see it. But like I said, I think that I don't know what's going on this season. I think you guys also are going to be okay. But this international break is interesting because it gives him time to, I mean, because like I said, our coach, when did because Tata came in, was he end of last season? Did he get the summer?
No,
just the one.
yeah, season, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's written, like I talked to Tommy, it's really hard to come back to your team and do well, Almiron. Like it's just not like what it was before, but you can still make it work. And like our coach, like I said during the presser, like he pretty much says what we all think. So I feel confident where I'm like, hey, they're not pressing like they should. And he sits down at the press conference. He's like, yeah, the guys aren't pressing like they should. I'm like, well, cool. Like you can identify it, man, but like, what are you going to do to fix it? And my frustration is he is playing I genuinely think if he just stops playing Rossi as a right wing, we'll do better. But I don't know. I'm hoping it clicks. And I hope it clicks against you guys, and I hope we win by 10. Hot dog man out. Drop some money.
I guess really quick, I just got to, so that's my question is from y'all's perspective, because with Atlanta right now with Tata, it feels like, and we were talking about it before, but you've got a team that at least now compared to last year, we're seeing the idea. It's just not always getting executed fully, especially when you play a team like DC that just wants to sit there and not actually play soccer for 90 minutes.
dude.
But
Imagine
you see
being a
what
fan.
Tata's trying to, you see what Tata's trying to do, as opposed to last year. It was like 11 dudes on the pitch, and they were just
Five.
running around.
I get
Wow. So at least with what you're seeing now, I know like it's not the season, the start to the season, but is it just kind of like, oh, this is going to be like a matter of tweaking a couple of things because we see what the idea is. It's just not quite clicking yet.
That's a good question. I don't know what his idea is. And I guess, and the way he kind of came into the team is he said he came from Malmo, and I didn't know too much about him. But it seems like he is pragmatic, where he kind of like meshes what he wants to do with the players he has and tries to find a happy medium. I think that is 100% the correct thing to do when your first 2 seasons at any club. The problem with Nancy, as you saw when he went to Celtic, is he goes, I'm unapologetically going to play this type of soccer. And the guys go, spoiler alert, we kind of suck. And then they suck. And you're like, well, yeah, dog. Like, you can't play this style of soccer and be Celtic, and you're going to get whooped. And like, same thing with happened with the Crew is like, we didn't have Cucho. We didn't have these like guys. So we finished 7th and we get bounced first round. It's like, no, we want you to do something that complements the players you have, and in the background hope that you have a grander vision and you're trying to fill those spots. But how often does a manager last at a team? And the MLS a lot longer than normal. So fair play to that. That's how it should be, in my opinion. I love this league because of that. Again, being a Spurs fan, 5 managers in like 4 weeks is like kind of a bummer, because they're just like, everyone's like, do better, and they don't do better, and they're like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Well, Atlanta's had how many managers in 3 years?
Yeah. I mean, you're not Montreal. Saputo's kind of a nightmare, but yeah, I like our coach. I kind of see his vision. My only frustration, my big thing, is watching our big guy. It'd be like having Miggy playing, right wing back with a back 3. And you're like, yeah, I get that it could work, but man, we're not using him to, or like the new guy you got, right? Is he like a 10 or like an 8?
Galarza, he's an 8.
An 8. Great. I think that's actually what we're missing, is somebody behind the strikers pulling strings, like releasing the people. Like, we just don't have that right now. And we didn't have it last season, and that was the main issue. And then, of course, buttoning up our defense. So, I don't know. We gave up 5 goals in the first 2 games, and then subsequently have given up like 3 in 3 games. So he's fixed the defense while hurting the offense. So I think he's just sitting. We always joke that he's sitting in like a canoe, and like there's just water popping up, and he's like, clogged it, and it's like shoots up over here. It's like, no offense. Okay, cool. Clogged it. Boom, defense sucks again. You're like, oh crap, clogged it. He's just trying to figure out kind of a right way to do it. So everything just kind of, but we're close. I feel like we're close, but I don't know if it's player, but again, we're playing a player down when you have a DP set on the bench. So you're already playing with 10 players while everybody else is playing with 11.
So Gazdag is like definitely a bust at this point.
Dude. So he's got to be. Like, last season, he got a ridiculous number of minutes and was not scoring. And then, are you guys familiar with Jason Russell-Rowe, JRR?
Mm-hmm.
He ended up going,
Yeah.
Canadian striker, playing behind like Jonathan David, but like couldn't see the field for us. We had mixed emotions on him, but then he gets bought by Toulouse and is playing like in a better league across this. It's just crazy. And it's like he kept playing Gazdag, and he just doesn't have it. I don't know. He's not a 10. He's not an 8. He's not a striker. I don't know what you do with him. And so at this point, the new coach has come in, evaluated him, and hasn't played him for 2 games. Like, crazy. Like, he's bringing in people off the bench where I'm like, oh boy, like Crew 2 players before him. So he's like 4th on the depth chart.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Like a
it took him
few
a
years
long
ago,
time
he
to
was one of
score
the
a
best
goal.
players in the league.
Yeah.
So, man, that's a whole nother thing. So when you got, Latte on over, were people like, hey, you got a good player?
It was mixed, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was very mixed. It was like
Okay.
you had some that were like, man, this dude, he's too good for the championship, etc. but y'all overpaid. And then you
Right.
had others that were like,
You did
he's not going to be able to do anything.
Got
And,
it.
Yeah, it was very mixed.
I was pretty pumped on him, but I'm beginning to see that like really good championship strikers don't get better. It's like a lateral move to MLS. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But like, when that guy came over, you got mixed reviews, and you guys are probably, I'm assuming, mixed on the pod. Like, I can see he can be good, but he doesn't always perform. When we got Gas Dog, everyone's like, like Reddit was like, you guys, we don't want him. You can have him. And I was like, really, man? His name carries weight. And it's like,
Yeah.
but yeah. And like
That's a
Scott's
great point.
saying down there. He does. His goals came from PKs, but it would be better if he was even pulling strings, if he had speed, if he had his soccer IQ was higher and he could like release Rossi or like play through balls, but he's not a 10. So I don't know what he brings anymore. Like we're playing Taha over him. He is a guy from Westerville, which is like where he went to the same high school as me, and he's like 20, 21. He's good. Like he plays for the US team and stuff like that, but he gets, and then we bring on a guy who I don't even think is that good, named Picard, Hugo Picard. And he plays over him, and like he's not very good. So when asked if he Gas Dog was still in the crew's plans, our coach said, "Yep."
And that's it.
That's it. He only said yes. Like the transcript is hilarious because he doesn't mince words. He has like this guy that transcribes everything, and I read it and I watch it, and he literally just like, yes. Next question. It's like, is yes like you're gonna sell him? Like, I mean, I assume you just take a loss, sell him to a USL team. We made enough money on these other guys. I think it would be, I mean, just get the people you need. Get the people you need. But I think he's still trying to figure out what he has and that type of thing. So, but the good news is you guys have grass now. Did you guys get to go out and touch the grass?
I did not.
No.
I don't know if Tyler
might have.
did.
I went down to it. They did not allow me to touch it, but I did get to see it very close.
The grass,
It's
right?
grass. Yeah.
It's been getting rough and rougher. Let me just say that it's slowly been developing these like patchy areas. After this DC game, like down the sidelines, there were already these like big brown patches just stretching the sideline, and then just parts on the field as well. And then for these US games, it kind of looks like they either like touched it up or painted it or something because it looked a little greener.
It looks kind of good. I was like, this looks kind of good, but everyone seemed like they were slipping kind
Yeah,
of.
it's very slippery.
Yeah. And yeah, that happened in the DC game, and it also kind of happened in the US games as well.
Happened in the Philly game too.
Did you guys go to the US games? Did you guys get to go to any of those
Yes.
games?
Yeah, we did. We covered them.
Boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
still optimistic. I still think if he sticks to his 14 players that they are good, I think we will be okay. We won't get grouped at least. 'Cause
He said last
I
night-
watched the Turkey game, and they don't look that good.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm just concerned overall. I'm concerned.
I mean, we're the US. We suck anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What a
Hey,
comment
we're
here.
Going to the moon, USA, USA, USA. Yeah, we'll get
It's fun
grouped.
hearing other fans of other teams being buyout happy like us.
Right.
I think every team has to have a. I said this talking to Ben on Sunday that I think if you're not using your buyouts, then you think that your team's close to perfect, and I don't think that exists in MLS. I really don't.
Yeah, you
And
gotta keep
especially
moving.
with the contracts that you give. Now Atlanta tends to give a little bit bigger contracts than some other teams there. But if it's not working, you're going to get passed by soon because I mean you've seen Philly has gone from the top to the bottom, back to the top, back to the bottom here. But there's opportunity to get to the top, and really, you win one, it's good. It's good for you for a couple of years. Here, consistency in MLS. There's few teams that are. There are some, but even some of those teams, when change happens, eventually your manager gets promoted somewhere else and then gets fired 3 weeks later, or you have to sell your striker. It's you have to have a plan, and that plan might not work. But now you got two buyouts, which is just, I think, huge there in the league. And I
Right.
think if you're not using at least one by the end of the year, I think that's it's your owner's cheap, or you feel very confident about your team. And
Or Don
most of
Garber.
the time in MLS, I think it's that you lead to you're pretty cheap.
Yeah, when we lost Zeller Ayan when he moved, we were actually trying to buy down Nagby, and we got blocked by Don Garber. So we got Rossi.
I remember
We
that.
had to lose Zeller Ayan, which, no regrets because we ended up winning. And I heard that guy's kind of a turd in real life, but like I would, yeah, I don't know. But the buyout thing, I mean, we got Gas Dog, and then within the first week after, or before I think he even played his first game, we extended his contract for another like year or two.
Yeah.
So we got him, and then we
Why?
extended his contract. Bad business. So,
Yeah.
and that's the big hype around Columbus right now is that we think Bezbachenko is coming back. We've heard a rumor. I don't know how trustworthy it is, but he is the guy that helped write a lot of the rules in MLS. He went to Toronto and like had the city build this stadium and brought in, Giovinco and Altidore and Bradley and won that. And then he came to Columbus in 2020 when we saved the crew and built that team with Nazi and Cucho. The guy is good. He gets it. And so he's always thinking one or two steps ahead. Like when we lost Zeller Ayan and within 24 hours got Rossi, that's the type of, GM you're looking for, is a guy who thinks like one or two steps ahead, like you said, and doesn't buy Gas Dog and extend his contract right away. And he's like, I forgot how to play soccer. I got the yips. And you're like, crap. Now we're underwater.
That's what Atlanta United fans are looking for, right? I mean,
Mhm.
obviously Chris Henderson has terrific credentials for what he did, of course, in Seattle with Garth Lagaway, what he did in Miami, but we just haven't seen that just yet with Atlanta United. Now, granted, Galarza looks good, small sample size.
Where'd he come from?
Galarza came from
River Plate.
River Plate.
that's right.
River.
Yeah.
We got a guy from River Plate too. Dude, I think you should always have a guy from Boca or River Plate on your team.
Yeah, definitely not with Tata here.
Yeah,
or Newell's.
I love that. Or just some like Argentinian playmaker or something like that. You can just get one of them and get a 10, and it's like pretty much recipe for a win. We got a right back from River Plate that's on loan that is good. He's going to be very good. So, that's sweet. That's good. I mean, that's good. Like I said, we got Abu Ali from the Egyptian League. He is great. So he's done good business, but we needed that guy. They were like, oh, we were in talks a year and a half before we got him. And I'm like, well, during that year and a half, we were losing games and didn't have a striker. So like, figure it out. But yeah, there's a lot of similarities between like Columbus and Atlanta, even though it's like, a lot of things are different, like, the amount you guys spend and stuff like that. But the general thinking and that whole thing is just kind of putting money on DPs and having them not work out.
Well, before we get to predictions here, I do want to show a picture of happy times for you, Ben, because I do like sharing this picture.
Oh, look at us!
Yeah, look at us.
Hey, look at that.
That was good times. That was after MLS Cup. You went
That
in there,
was
so
that was a good time.
I just love that you guys had to dress up. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were out there.
It was a warm day, and then it became
taking my
cold.
shirt off, and I'm looking over at Tommy in the booth, and he's dressed all like shirt tucked in. Because he can't.
My shirt was not
You guys
tucked.
got to be like professional. You're like smoking one of those long cigarettes. You know what I mean? You had like
Wasn't
two
a cigarette, sir.
Well, now how I remember it, but keep in mind I was blackout drunk.
Well, let's do predictions here, and
cool.
We'll start with the ones that are not here because they gave some great predictions here. Very depressing
Yeah.
So Gray, our 2 specialist, he was very negative today, and he said that the score is going to be back-to-back 0-0 draw. Back-to-back 0-0 draws.
Brutal.
Yeah.
I told him I think I told him I
What kind
hated
of
him after
threats?
that. After he did that. Now, Gray and I actually, or I'm sorry, Jackson and I actually have the same prediction and said the same on your show, Ben. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Right. You're sticking to that.
And I'm going to stick to it. The more I thought about it, the more I think that's going to be it. And I still don't know who's going to end up being the one that ties it. But as I mentioned to you, talking about our new keeper, I think Atlanta's going to go up 1-0, and then Hoyos is going to do something ridiculous, and I am going to be tweeting so many words of so many swear words.
So you're okay. You're a new keeper. He's the old guy, right?
He's 36.
He's
Yeah,
36.
Lucas Hoyos.
Jeez, Oswald
So, yes.
great grandfather. Am I right, guys?
Right.
Might as well have kept it.
Toddler over here.
Anyway, I'm 43. Right. So did you guys? I'll go last.
2-2.
Ooh,
Shootout.
Going right at it.
Yeah.
we are all draws right now.
Yeah.
That's going to change. 1-0 Columbus.
You're worse than Gray.
Pessimist. And I was told.
Oh, don't you call him a pessimist.
I was
Sydney.
told I was the pessimist of the group. I'm going to say 1-0 Atlanta. I don't think there are going to be a lot of goals in this one, but
1-0 Atlanta. Let's give him the whole screen for positivity.
1-0 Atlanta. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Who scores, Sydney?
Own goal.
You didn't ask anybody else that. You don't get to ask.
Well,
me that.
see, you're the positive one here. So, and the screen is yours, sir. So you get to. This is Sydney World here. What
Moranchuk.
Okay.
Dude, he's a
I
baller.
think Alexi scores. Yeah, for like 3 games in a row. Then he goes back to like
That's the
not
first time
baller
anybody ever said this.
What scarf is in the background? Like your left, unless it's
To my left? You're talking to me?
blue, yellow, and
This is the Marta scarf, the Marta collection. You see the logo
So
here.
MARTA
the
is
Marta
like our
colors.
transit system,
Yeah, exactly.
our train system.
Yeah, it is nice. And they're
that's
they have a whole Marta collection.
Matching.
Yeah.
Tyler has a shirt
that's
on.
cool.
So
That's a
yeah,
good
it's pretty
colorway.
cool. Yeah.
We're sticking with the Pittsburgh Steelers colors.
Nice.
Yeah, the team in Columbus in between Cleveland and Cincinnati, they chose Steelers colors.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. I'm like, who did this? Who made this decision? I like it now because I have no choice. But
Well,
It's
what
like
do you
Roderick
want,
Cup-
Ben?
you want my prediction? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get 1 second, Ben. Let's look to see what the chat says.
All right.
We got 3-1 Atlanta, positive.
Putting the W in Walker.
Steven 3-1.
Yeah.
Derek 1-1.
Juan.
Fellow Columbus Scott 0-0. Team says Atlanta 2, Crew 1, and he says Owen goal as the only one as a goal. Oh, look at this hot take here. TRA scores.
Oh, no.
for the Crew.
I forgot he's over there.
We haven't
Has
Yeah,
he
me
played?
too.
Has he had some opportunities?
Yeah, he's played some. He's looked all right. Like I like him as a backup striker. Really, no regrets. The issue I have with him is that there wasn't enough like feeding him, but that's been the same with everybody. So it's kind of hard to be like, oh, he needs to be better or whatever. 1-1 draw. What's these draws? I've never in my life
I don't know, man.
so many.
Justin loves the 1-1
That's
draw.
what you get when mid meets meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Well,
Right.
Well, hot dog man, what are you thinking?
I'm going again with what I said on my pod. 2-1. And since we're playing in Atlanta, that's a 2-1 loss for the Crew. I said it. Fight me.
No, I love it.
So
I love it.
I do like Schulte is back playing really well again. Like, okay, could be considered for U.S. team. He was playing very bad prior, but our issue right now is defense. And I mean, I think Camacho, our center back, is older than your goalie. He might be 34.
Well,
And so-
Camacho's 34. He's younger.
I don't know how numbers work.
Oh, 35. 35. So he's younger, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. So, you know, you'll have speed up there. Marenchuk is, I think he's great.
He's a showing it.
They're rested. Who all went to your new guy went and played an international break. Did anybody else leave?
Miggy
Miggy.
left. Galarza.
Okay.
That's pretty
Brennan,
much
a few-
it.
Did they
few
play at all?
others.
I didn't really pay attention too much.
Miggy and
about
Galarza
five.
played. Yeah.
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 Okay.
So for what it's
Miggy
worth,
started
too,
both matches.
the record in this matchup, shout out to stats.scarvesandspikes.com. There you go. Y'all
Go check it out. It's great.
Yeah, Columbus has a better record at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah.
The
That's
record
not
for
fair.
Atlanta is 4-2-5 playing Columbus at home. So
We do well. You know, just I would say I'm probably right because I'm a genius if Rossi plays on the wing. So if you don't see him up top and he gets less than like 15 touches first half, you'll be fine. Buy the hot dogs, eat the hot dogs. But if for whatever
Eat
reason
hot
he
dogs.
ends up starting up top with Abu Ali, then yeah, it could be. We could see it. I don't know. I hope we turn it on. I don't see it yet. I think we're gonna have to make a couple moves before we get going. Who's
No.
in your back line? Gregerson? Is that his name?
Yeah,
back,
Gregor's-
baby.
Yeah.
If he's
If-
back, man.
If Gregerson doesn't start, I will
Yeah.
lose my mind. But
He's gonna start.
but
Don't
there's
worry.
no reason. Like
You
at
don't
this
know?
point, he is don't.
Oh,
Henry.
he's sorry.
He has to start. You've allowed one goal in the 2 games
Right.
that he has started, and he's got to continue. You pay him too much. Henry, stop it.
I'm just saying, dude. Tata seems to rate Barakal a little more.
I mean, he does. That doesn't
Right.
mean he's necessarily right about it.
Yeah.
Well, we're not talking about whether he's right or not. We're talking about who will start.
And I don't say that about Tata often, but
Okay. Sydney, I know you're not about violence. I could see a violent side on here. So all I need you to do is to videotape this. If
Yes.
Gregerson does not start, Tyler, you're gonna smack that mustache right off Henry's face.
What?
yeah.
What? The,
You-
why
and,
me?
and then just say, Tommy sent me.
Wait, why,
I didn't
why
even
am I-
recognize
you're
Henry.
why
negative.
am I drawing
You're
your
negative.
ire?
Last time I saw him, I don't think
Because
he
you
had a
said,
mustache. I was
you
like,
said
who's this
negativity things.
55-year-old
It's not a
guy?
negativity thing. It's a legitimate
Guys,
concern.
go home.
Barracall starts.
I agree with
losing.
you that Gregerson should start, but I'm not. I don't think we should assume that he's going to start.
That's just the mustache talking.
You're not helping.
Ben, real quick, are you
Cool,
traveling
hot
to the
dog.
match? Yeah. Are you coming to the match on Saturday?
To Atlanta.
no?
No, I just got back from Florida.
Oh,
Boy, are my hot dogs tired. Am I right?
yeah.
He will though. We do
Hopefully.
know some people that are traveling to Columbus next month for Memorial Day weekend, and you're gonna come hang out with me and Ben. If you're there, we'll be at that game, and we'll buy you
Right.
drinks. I'll buy
I
you drinks.
talked to the wife. We may be going to that Weezer show.
Oh, I got tickets today, so
I got to
I'm
look
already
at
there.
it. Shins are playing. I hate music, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it. And I've got a bunch of instruments here. Like, I just don't know. I just don't like music.
right.
If anyone doesn't know, Ben is in a Weezer cover band, and he
Yeah,
kills it. So
why do we not set this
Clapping
up
at
and have
me.
you like do something like perform a little bit?
well, we'll get there.
You know?
In a hot dog costume.
We play in a month. We played like a month
Yeah.
and 2 weeks. So we'll see if we can have our first live band performance there. But
Crazy.
you got to stay for the end, Ben, because we do stupid things then. So before
Oh,
we
this
do.
wasn't stupid.
Oh, I mean, it gets worse.
It gets
worse.
stupider.
I like stupid. I got
So-
anything to do, man. Rocket's already on the way to the moon. Let's party.
Yeah.
Henry did this last week and he did a fantastic job, and I always screw this up, but I'm going to do it anyways. Scarvesandspikes.com. Come check us out. News, great analysis, all the above. These guys write things I don't, but all their words, absolutely fantastic. Check it out. Join the Patreon. It is fun. Our Discord, we have watch-alongs. I will most likely be in there on Saturday, so you want to come join, watch with other fans in there.
I got to get in that Discord.
Yeah, I'll send you an invite. It's
Oh,
fun. Henry doesn't want you to join, but we'll let you in there. But yeah, Discord, we do a lot of fun things in there. We are recording a mailbag right after this. We are like recording for 2 hours straight today. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, come join that. We're doing mailbags. What else do we do on the Patreon, fellas?
The Atlanta United training updates.
Yeah, these guys
Training
kill it
ground
with that.
updates.
And you get discounts on our Etsy store. Etsy.com, scarves and spikes.
Just go to scarvesandspikes.com and go click on the shop button. That's the easiest.
Yeah, that's
way.
a fancier way of doing it too if you don't want to do it that way. And I get to ask this. Sydney, I'll start with you. Where can people
Yes.
find you on social media?
Well, first off, please like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
subscribe
hit
on
the
Apple
like
Podcasts as
button.
well.
Hit the like button right
Yes.
now
Hit
before
the like button as well.
Sydney's going to give you the greatest alternative Twitter username for himself. But before you do, you got to click like for him to give you something there.
One like equals
give
one
me a
hot
minute.
dog.
We'll get back to you. You come up with something great. I don't want to put you on the spot here. We'll come back to you. But did I miss anything else?
No.
No.
Okay,
That's
so we'll get
spot
back to all right, Sydney. You got a minute. Hot Dog Man, where do we find you and your podcast?
It doesn't matter. So there's a Christmas sweater print tee, and there is no mustache on Henry. I'm just saying. I was gonna buy it, but unless I see a little gentleman stash with a little fuzzy on the bottom, I'm not gonna buy it.
You can buy the Thomas the Train shirt.
Oh,
I know you're a
man.
Thomas the Train fan.
I'm like medium on Thomas the Train. I'll do it because I'm crazy, but
All right, we'll come back to him. Henry, where do we find you, sir?
light it up for Jose.
Should I just not say anything? At HA Higita on Twitter and Blue Sky at HA_Higita on Instagram.
Tyler.
ATL Pilgrim.
Oh
Hot
yeah,
dog flavored water. Where do we find you?
limpbiscuit.biz kit. Nailed it. Upper 90 Club. Just Google it and stuff. I don't even know what our stuff is. We just got on TikTok. Are you guys on that?
Yeah.
Started
Henry
cutting
runs
videos?
our
Guns and
TikTok.
Spikes.
People
Henry does the best dances on our TikTok. It's great.
Not
He's
really.
better than Jurgen Damm.
I just like cut the videos and whatnot.
Should
We
we
just
not do
posted a
that?
video with Brad Guzan wishing our guy a happy 40th. We had to pay for it on Cameo, but we're still best friends. So
How much is a Brad Guzan cameo?
I didn't ask. Martha's wife paid for it, but he was really nice because we had him do like a bunch of stuff and we kept asking people to do like a bunch of inside jokes and no one would do it. And Brad's the only one that like did it. It wasn't anything like terrible, but I was like, he seems like a good guy.
Do you think we could get like a 20% off coupon for a Brad Guzan cameo?
That's a good question.
God, man.
All right, Tyler, you work on that.
Gosh.
No pressure, Sydney. Where do people find you on social media?
Atlanta win a game at Beast Guy. That's social. I don't know.
I like it.
SH Rice on Next, SH Rice on Blue Sky, SH.soccer, Instagram and Threads. That's where I can be found on social media.
Are they doing threads still? Do you guys do threads?
I do it
It feels
occasionally.
like
but
it's too much. It just feels like it's too much. We're going to the moon, guys.
we are going on the moon. We're going to the moon. We're there already, I feel like.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I will be the mature one here, and I will say that I am a Tommy ATL96
Look at you.
at askjeeves.com.
Uh,
So, with
Yeah,
that,
keep talking.
Had us in the first half.
Yeah.
yeah, I had you there. With that, good luck, Atlanta. Good luck. It's beating the Crew. Good luck
And hope everyone
making
has
this hot
fun.
dog very sad. Hit the music and put us in the box, Sydney. This is where we're in the box. Oh, there was a little mute thing that showed there. I think it finally, like, I know when it mutes us and when it unmutes us. But yeah, see, now we're in the box here, and we could do dumb things here, like even worse than what we do, you know, on the regular there. So, what do you got?
Wait, are people like seeing this?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, people see us.
We were
yeah,
on
so-
screen, dude.
Yeah, we got in trouble last show. It was real bad. Someone made fun of Henry's mustache, and it ended terrible. The last word was terrible that we ran it on. So we can't get any worse than what the last one was. But we did. Well, actually, you know what? We'll go back to this. I said that Henry looks like he is the son of someone that's eventually going to own the Haunted Mansion with that stash, and he's actually a long lost son of Arthur Blank.
Oh.
Sure.
So it's like a roast session?
Yeah, they just roast me basically for
Can
being the
be.
youngest one.
Yeah, whoever you want. You can
Yeah.
roast
Yeah,
me, whatever.
the youngest one. Yeah. So you're the Haas of our thing. We just make fun of Haas all the time. And he's
Can I
super cool, so it just means you're super cool. It means you can take it. But also, if you're sad about it, we can talk about it. That's what we should do here is do like therapy.
Is this
Terry,
turning into
how
a
do you-
therapy session? Is that what this
here
is?
we go. Here, I got a thing.
Do I have to
No,
talk
dude,
about my
How
feelings?
do you feel when they say stuff about your mustache?
I feel like we should end the stream.
Not horny. Got it. Write that down. He doesn't really like it. Have you had success on online dating because of the mustache?
No comment.
Hey.
You get one more
Well,
question.
holding
One
yes.
more. One more. We got hit end. We get charged by the minute.
Oh, I get one more question.
One more question.
All right, here, Henry. Would you rather have a juice box full of diarrhea and you have to drink the whole thing by blowing into it and it shoots back into your mouth and you have to like drink it that way, the old school way,